I went out for a walk, and as I was coming back, there were 15 deer walking down the trail, and so that was kind of neat. I thought that's a good amount of deer, and it just kind of reminds me that if things seem chaos and out of control, if I just pause and go connect with nature, nature is flowing beautifully all the time, and so that just helps.
Wow, how lucky! 15 deers.
Yeah.
What age range?
There were several small deer. There were, I would guess, probably, I don't know, eight adults and 8 kids probably, or something like that. There was some small ones that looked like they were probably born this springtime.
Like they just have a meeting, a family reunion, huh?
Yeah. A lot of wildlife here, turkeys and deer, and lots of birds. It's just very beautiful. I love to be living where I'm living now. It's only been less than a year since I moved, so it's still settling in and just really appreciating the beauty of where we're at right now. So
wonderful! You're so lucky. Actually, you did amazing. I saw you and your wife like something I saw on TV, like building something from nothing, right?
Yeah. It was a great adventure just to be able to do that together as a family, and everything that we have is something that we've built together. And then, of course, we had friends help in times when it was more work, like standing up the walls was, having family and friends to come stand up the walls. And it was just a really incredible experience. I think especially incredible experience for my daughter, who is, a teenager. And so for her we have lived and moved quite a bit, but we've lived in big, nice houses. So like from a 6-bedroom, 4-bath house to a 500 square foot cabin that we built by ourselves was a big adjustment. And anyway, it's just been pretty awesome.
That's really amazing. That not many people can experience that nowadays. Nowadays, that's not often. Like where I grow up, that's like every day. We build a little house together, neighbor come together and build a house. But I don't ever see that in the U.S., but it's happened. Yeah. You did it. That's amazing.
Not long ago, it seems like most, more people, more of the population experienced that. And then now it's, it's so modern, it's so urban, it's so, big communities and all that. People just go buy a house or an apartment or what have you. And so the experience of homesteading, of building your own house, of breaking the land and doing all this putting in roads and all that is definitely kind of a unique experience.
Yeah.
And very grounding. It helps to be very grateful, I think, and then it sets me up to then be full and to be able to give back of my abundance. So
yes, it's really awesome. It's wonderful experience for your daughter.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, that's wonderful. I really, admire you guys. I feel like amazed. I'm like, wow, he's doing it. Oh my God. You're so strong.
Jasmine, I am grateful to have you on the Soul Path podcast today. I'm excited to talk about the spiritual journey and to learn more of your wisdom and insight. And I was looking through your profile. Holy smokes, what an incredible journey to have grown up in Vietnam, to come to the US, go to school, go to college, and only, go through that kind of personal crisis to come back to Qi Gong again as a healing. And then, where you are now, having studied with masters and, to be able to help so many people. I just think it's a super beautiful story. And so I am eager. Can you just let me say this. Before we start out, something I like to do just for fun as an icebreaker to keep it loose. If you would be willing to finish the sentences, life is, people are, I am, just from the heart, complete those sentences. I would love to hear your answers.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, very nice to be with you here. And life is interesting. People are born healers. I'm here feeling blessed and grateful.
Beautiful. People are healers. That is deep and profound truth to me, that we have this wisdom in us, the healer within us. So much of this speaks to and resonates with my life. But I'd like to go ahead and start out with your story. Can you think back and share a little bit about where your journey started at, as far as in the beginning? Where were you at, and what were you learning?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so you already mentioned I was born and raised in South Vietnam. My dad died before I was born, so I had my mom, and mainly my mom had to work to raise 4 poor children. So I lived with my grandma most of the time, and she happened to be a holistic healer. She helped heal people in the village. I helped her to make medicine. So growing up, that's probably the best part of my childhood, because we had no TV, nothing, no electric, no water, nothing. So I have really nothing like exciting for a childhood as a kid, rather than hang out with my grandma and make herbal medicine with her. So that was wonderful experience for me. Yeah, and then I grew up, then I left Vietnam like anyone else trying to get to the better place. I went to US, I went to Rollins College for my business, and had doing business and doing everything like everyone else, have families. And but I still have suffered some problem with my upper back and anxiety. Then I went and got, doctor, everybody tried to help me to figure out what problem with my upper back. And for years, nothing happened. No one can figure out what's wrong. So I went to the point that I said, well, I probably have to accept it part of my life, and to deal with it. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, it keeps saying there's a way to heal. There must be a way to heal. So I said, that's very interesting. So I went and practiced Qi Gong, which is something that I grew up with, familiar with, but not really actively do it, and almost forgotten. To be honest, almost forgotten, because I moved to US trying to do everything like everybody here. Try to learn, the way here, the way of life here, and almost forget about it. But then I went and practiced Qigong. Then I was completely, the pain is gone, disappear. And I said, wait, it's maybe just, temporary, it's going to come back. But no, I was completely healed. So then I said, wow, that's something that's amazing. And along many years, I've been asking what really I want to do. I want to help people. I want to help people healthy and happy. But then there is nothing that be able to give me that. Not kind of job or business that kind of give me that. But until Qigong healing me, and that was like this really big, clear answer for my question, like what I want to do.
Beautiful.
And so Qigong.
Can I ask, before we move too far past, I'm really curious about the healing that you witnessed and grew up with, right? You said you spent most of your time with your grandma making herbal medicines. Was she also using the Qigong and teaching Qigong motions and using the herbal, or was she mostly a medicinal healer like that?
She was both. Now, back then, I didn't call that Qigong. The word is not the same. First of all, Vietnamese language.
Yeah.
So, second of all, she practiced energy healing.
Yeah.
But not necessarily say Qigong or Reiki or anything. It just practiced energy healing, Oriental medicine. So she used Oriental medicine, which is herbal medicine. And when she practiced healing people, I can see that she healed with energy. She feeling people pulse. She help people with energy. She tell them what to eat that to balance the yin and the yang, the yin energy and the yang. So she gave them the prescription, like, okay, what to eat, what to drink, and what to do with their daily and a few movement. And also she gave them herbal medicine.
Wow.
So in a way, yeah.
Very holistic, kind of a whole body. I mean, she's reading the energy, but she's saying maybe it's the body needs to move. Maybe it's to bring balance into the yin and yang, the energy centers of the body. And this is kind of, it's subtle stuff, right? And so the spiritual journey is oftentimes, it's a lifetime process, but it's one way of looking at it is learning how to tune in to these subtle things, the subtle energy in the body. It's all around all the time. The life force energy, the energy of the universe, the cosmos, whether it's the Qi, the meridians in traditional Chinese medicine, Oriental medicine, or if it's the prana and the nadis in Sanskrit or in yoga, it's all the same understanding that we are essentially energetic beings. And this is, to me, is a spiritual energy. I'm curious if in your childhood, if there was any sense of spirituality associated with the healing, or was there any other kind of spiritual teachings infused in that, or was it just straight up healing?
Well, it's very interesting. When I grew up, I did not know very much about, we didn't even talk about things. They didn't even teach or talk much about things. And Qi Gong wasn't even allowed in China, right? So a lot of people don't even know about Qi Gong. But I remember there was many occasion that I know that my neighbors, he helped people, overcome with many problems without medicine or without, going to the doctor or anything. So he do something. And at me as a child, I was just amazed, and I didn't understand what did he do. But now I understand what he did with energy.
It seemed like magic, like a miracle to kind of?
Yes. Or, yeah. Yes. When a kid, I had no idea. But I just like, wow. And we know that when we need help, we go there, and then so just talk about how that I suddenly feel like my journey halfway of the earth from Vietnam to the US. Finally, I feel like Qi Gong bring me home. All of a sudden, I connected with my childhood, which like I mentioned, almost forgotten. Like nothing really significant. But then that was a big aha moment, and I feel like that answered the question. Something that it's been telling me there's a way to heal, and there's something that I'm here for. I was born here for, and I've been searching for years, and to the point like, what the deal? What I'm here for? Try to find, try to figure out. And I found out the answer, I feel so grateful, because the problem is actually a message, or in a way that helped me, that lead me to where I find my answer, and also bring me home in a way I could not expect it. Yeah.
Tell me more about that. How, where were you at in life when you had that realization? Like, yes, I've been searching all of this time. I've been living my life and doing the things that I've got to do. I've been experimenting and exploring, but all of a sudden, in the moment of just, I would imagine, peace and clarity, but describe it how it was for you. In that moment, you knew. Where were you at in life, and what was kind of the circumstance that led up to that moment?
Well, so I've been doing business and doing well and fine with that, but I just keep feeling it, that not me, that not really what I want to do. I want to have more than just the living, but want to be able to help other people. And about 3 years ago, when I went to a temple and do a lot of meditation. Now, interesting, my holistic healer grandma, she's Catholic, But my grandma, my father, mother is like a monk. She used to live in the temple. So I was raised in Catholic and Buddhist. But then when I love to go to the temple to meditate. And so about 3 years ago, I went to the temple very often to do meditation retreat, stay there for 2-3 days, eat the temple food, do some volunteer work, and stay there meditation and learn. So I feel like that helped me to bring me to the alignment. So to bring me to, to have that awaken. So it's about 3 years. And in one of the meditation, it clearly answered my prayer for my life purpose. And so everything, it just come alive in a way that I could not ever be able to imagine or think in my normal mind. Right. It's come just like that. And I just wow, because I don't know how to express that. It's really an awe for me.
But you were in the temple in meditation in that moment, and that was, you had been praying and asking for this sense of purpose and to know what your mission was, more than just business, something that satisfied your heart. And then you had that experience, and since then, was it like a jump up off the seat and run out the door kind of experience? You know what I mean? Like, was it energizing and exciting, or was it just how was that?
Well, no, when I mentioned about 3 years, I go to the temple a lot.
Yeah.
The answer, the thing that comes to my mind when I'm in my bedroom, lay down in my bedroom, that when it come into my mind, when I lay down, I just lay down and just let it be, and then it clearly click in my mind, clearly. Yeah. But what it lived there, because I've been meditation a lot, and I think that helped me to be able to settle, ground it, and then be able to see things. So that I think the value that when I went to meditation a lot, it helped me to ground and open up, and then help me, and then allow things to flow. And that's why maybe my mind and my body, maybe it's ready. That's why it flows. So the idea flow clearly on to me. And I said, that's what it is. That's what I've been asking for. And that's it. The answer is clearly.
That's awesome. I think that it's such a relatable experience. So many people are seeking that sense of purpose, and what was I born to do? What's my place in the world? Who am I? And something that you just said, I think, is so true, is it's a process of prepare. Life is preparing us. So all of life experience is preparing us to be able to deliver the gift. And a lot of times, we get to a place where it's like there's almost like this crisis. Like, I've tried everything, I've done everything, but nothing's quite right. And so there's a little bit of an internal going, and then comes the internal journey where we have to go like that infinite distance between the head and the heart, right? We have to get out of our mind and into our inner awareness, into our spiritual awareness, soul level awareness, in order to know what is the mission of my heart. And something that you had said in your in one of your writings was about, how the soul knows how to heal. The body knows how to heal. The soul knows how to heal. The infinite wisdom is there. We just have to get out of our head. And in the same way, it seems like the heart knows what it was born to do. We are in this body, in this present moment, for a purpose. And that's something that we can understand at a level that is beneath thinking about it. It's a sensing, it's a feeling, it's a, for me, I experience it as a deep inner peace. And when I have that peace, I know my heart is in alignment with divine intent, or with what's, right where I need to be in the moment. And if I feel agitated or uneasy or uncertain or out of sorts, it's virtually always because I am back up in the mind. And, this is very common. It's a human thing. We do it all the time throughout the day. When you were going through the meditation, was there any point in the journey where you felt like you were kind of having a little bit of crisis in your life internally?
Oh yes. So that the power of that 3 years, I told you about 3 years, that when I try to go to temple and meditate a lot, because that's how I feel. I feel like I want to find something. I've been asking, but I haven't really got the answer. So I went to temple. I said, I want to focus on meditation a little more and see. And then, and that's what I did. So yeah, crisis is not like completely anything, that situation, no problem, but like my soul, my spirit, like seeking, like not feel like I'm here for something. I have to find it. I'm here for something, and I want to know, and I want to have a purpose. I want to live with a purpose, and and not just like enjoy life and travel and all that great things. Yes, awesome, but still, I want a purpose, so that I feel like I have a real reason, real purpose to live here, and to really truly worthwhile. Because everything else, it's just fun, and it's going to be over.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want something more profound, and that's what I was searching, and became a little bit depressed. I said, I don't really have a purpose. I don't really. So became a little bit depressed, and then I did meditation a lot, and then Qi Gong definitely heals me.
Mm-hmm.
From different dimensions, because Qigong is combined from breathing and meditation. Basically, a lot of meditation in Qigong with breathing and gentle movement. All that are the ingredients to put us in the alignment for healing.
Yes.
So when we talk about Qigong, is Qi is life force energy. Qi carry information. Qi has blueprint. Qi had intelligence, so it's more than just energy. So when we practice Qigong, that's how it healed me, because all that is it know what I need. So the machine could not know what's wrong with my back, but the Qi intelligent too, and then download the blueprint for me, so I will completely heal. So the thing is, we talking about everything is deeply interconnected, right? So
yes,
my body and spirit together. And then I found that amazed with Qigong because of that. It hit all the dimensions. And then when we talk about healing in Qigong, I examine all 7 dimensions, how layer and different dimension in terms of physical aspect, lifestyle aspect, and emotional aspect, spiritual aspect, all that. Mm-hmm. And that's why when I know that Qigong do know that and help me, and that's exactly I've been looking for, but I don't even know what the name of what I'm looking for. So that when it happened, I said, that's a big aha moment.
It's amazing. You've said it so clearly. Sometimes we don't have the language, we don't have the word, we don't know how to describe, but we experience, we can experience the healing power of Qi in our body. And this is something that I was introduced to martial arts and meditation at a young age. And so I had experience with it over the course of a lifetime, but it wasn't until my body was completely broken. I was dealing with depression, feeling stuck in, trapped in a body that wouldn't function the way I wanted it to. So dealing with the mental pain, the emotional pain, and the physical pain kind of crushed me, but it made my world, so small that it caused me to focus inside. And when that spirit within awoke, and all of a sudden it was like, wow, I have to take charge here. I, in fact, am in charge, because, one of the phrases I learned through martial arts was that the Qi follows the Yi, which is the body's energy follows the mind's intent. And when I realized, to get the mind out of the way, to let the brain be in the body, I would find myself moving in ways that I'm not thinking about moving, but my body knows how to move. And it might be some, and then I do this, and it's, snap, crackle, pop. And then there's a flooding sensation of warm circulation. And, over the course of a couple of years in deep meditation, and I would say Qi Gong it was not a label I had at the beginning, but it was certainly spontaneous Qi Gong that was happening through my body. The life force energy knows how to heal itself. It knows what your body needs. So allowing that to experience through the body is truly, truly transformational. And we can heal. I did not have to amputate my foot. I was able to heal bone, ligament, tendons, things that, a lot of, until recently, even Western medicine thought, oh, this kind of stuff is just damage. You can't fix it anymore. But we can heal at that deep level. And there's profound tools provided through TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, and Qigong that help do this. But I believe kind of it's already in there, right? Like this is the human potential. I believe that we are, divine expressions, right? So we have this ability to just simply channel that, to simply be out of the way, but in the moment, and allow it to work through us.
Right. So we are born healer. That means we have ability to heal ourselves. We have that supernatural power, and practice Qigong basically help us to cultivate that and awakening that and connect with that. And it's there, and like a GPS, it's there. But it needs some address. It needs an address so it can help us. So when we practice, basically, I tell people that set the intention and do the practice with that intention. Then the Qi will heal. But let's go of the mind, let's go of the worry. And that's why the movement and the breathing help to quiet the mind. And in fact, Qigong is an ancient practice, but I use it for our modern life right now. We can always help to get reduce stress and increase the energy. And that like very much immediately in 2 minutes movement or breathing, we can achieve that.
Yeah.
So yes, it's you already experience self-healing, that we're born with. So the only thing that we have to put some little bit time and focus, so that to allow the Qi to heal for ourselves, to allow the Qi to do the work. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm curious about, you've studied under Dr. Janki, I believe is how he pronounces his last name.
Oh, he is one of many masters that I learned from.
Yeah. And in reading his work, which I love to read, and in my healing journey, I bought lots of books and would read the book. And I just, with a humble heart, would say, my intention is to use this wisdom. And if it works in my body, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I tried so many things. And again, Qigong was the one that I keep coming back to. Yoga was what I really latched onto. In my own life, I went on to open a yoga studio and use yoga as a tool for healing. But my yoga was even infused with Qigong principles. So I call it Yi Qi yoga. But here's something I'm curious about. In your journey, my understanding of Qigong, ultimately kind of similar to yoga, is that it's a process of, first we have to heal. We have to heal and restore balance energetically, internally, mind, body, soul. We have to restore balance emotionally. We have to have balance in our material circumstance in order to fully grow and reach our potential, to truly bloom and bear fruit. And so yoga provides a tool, a pathway to do this. And I think in Qigong, it provides also a pathway to do this. And there are, in both philosophies, there's higher levels of experience, right? And I would call them spiritual experience, but there are higher levels of human potential that we have the opportunity to cultivate and experience. Do you have, and can you speak to that? What is your perspective on kind of what we're capable of as a human being if you were to take your practice of Qigong and use it simply for self-cultivation once you've healed, and then you keep growing from there? What's that journey look like?
Very interesting question. Okay, so first of all, Qigong had many branches, have 5 main branches, right? My focus and my gift is Qigong healing, or you can call medical Qigong. So basically, my focus is Qigong healing for my body and spirit. So that's my learning. I also believe that the gift I receive as well, and then I learn through my world-renowned Qigong masters, and then what I receive from my ancestor, my lineage, my grandma. Both sides. The other side is a monk, very much into Tao's, right? So I receive that. I part of that lineage, and I am basically inherited some of that wisdom, and then I learn with world-renowned Qigong masters here, everywhere, and I can only answer about Qigong healing because I focus on learning, and my Qigong healing is teach people how to heal themselves. Well, that means I already can heal myself, but I also teach people to heal themselves, and I can also help them to heal them as well. So I also do the healing, energy healing. But anybody can heal themselves and can help other people heal. So that there is no point that I can say is where it go. I'm already feel that I can help heal myself, and I help heal people, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the hope, and that's what I want more people to know, because they can heal themselves, and then they can help others to heal if they want to. And my learning, and when I heal someone else or help someone else heal, I rely on my, like you mentioned, the divine, or whoever you believe in. It can be your God, whoever that they believe in, that channel that energy to them. The wisdom, the master energy can help. So when I help heal someone else, I'm always calling for my wisdom, master energy to help me. And that's why it's so powerful that when I heal people, and like, how that happened? Yeah, I don't know exactly how that happened. I know that somebody helped me. So is that answer your question? Where do we go from here? I keep practice, and I encourage everybody to practice. And of course, I keep learning. The more I learn, the more I want to learn, and the more I want to teach. And so that's what I've been doing. I learn, I teach and learn, keep doing that. And when, this is my life purpose, and it is something I love, I believe in, and I'm passionate about, it's just fun for me. Every class I teach is fun, and the students enjoy that, and we all have fun. But at the same time, I really want to pass, to teach them something. It's so simple, but it's so profound.
So profound. That is. I think the way that you brought that back to the present moment of healing, that is, that's life, right? That's reality. Reality is that, every person on the planet is going through life, and we are encountering stress. We are encountering chaos. We are encountering sickness and disease. And so it is kind of this perpetual process of healing, almost, and sometimes we're healing wounds that we've had for a long time. Sometimes it's major physical wounds. Sometimes it's major emotional, and I would say even spiritual wounds or deep energetic wounds, things that we're holding in the body. So we have to go through that, and that's a process, and that can be, it's like physical therapy. You know what I mean? Like if you injure your body, I have done thousands of hours of physical therapy. I've been in 3 major car wrecks. I've had 5 major surgeries. I mean, I have been in the doctor's office, in the physical therapist's office, lots. And they always want to make you do things that are uncomfortable. Like, oh, I busted my shoulder one time. And then of course they say, oh, raise your shoulder, raise your shoulder. I'm like, I can't raise my shoulder. In the same way, in healing internally, sometimes guiding people through that journey is causing, it's encouraging them. You have to hold the space and create a space, but encouraging them to go through that discomfort.
The only time we can heal is at the present, being present. And that's the main thing about practice Qigong, bring you to the present moment. That where the healing intelligence can do it work. So we have to support the healing intelligence by doing that, create that condition, create that environment so that healing intelligence can do it work. And that's the main thing about practice Qigong healing.
Beautiful.
Yes. And so what else I want to say? So when we practice Qigong, we're not really focused on physical problem only. We practice mind, body, and spirit. And then from there, it goes deep and it heals. Because when we have a pain, not necessarily that is just a message or that is just a symptom, but the cause, that's what we're trying to find. We're trying to find what is the cause and fix from the cause. So if we fix from the symptom by taking a quick pain relief, it might help very temporary. But the real deep problem is still there. So that Qigong is about how that go deeper into where the root cause, and it addresses it in a way, melting it away. And we cannot easy to explain it, and we don't know until we practice. You don't know until you feel it, you experience it. And the only way to know is practice. So that's why when I did not know, would Qigong would heal my back, I did not know that. I would not think that I go there to specifically to heal my back. I go practice Qigong just to practice Qigong. And 2 weeks, I was completely healed. So then I know, okay, it's deeper than any thing out there that I can buy or that I can get hold of. And again, another thing is the healing elixir, the healing intelligence. You have it. No one else can buy it. Okay, so you can only do it for you. And you have access 24 hours. And it's free. That's what I like to say. So I encourage everybody to practice Qigong healing. And
I love the elixir analogy, or the idea of alchemy, that we can alchemically transmute, our body, our energy at a very deep, very real sort of way. How would you describe the elixir to somebody that had never heard the term? How do you describe the healing energy, the healing intelligence to somebody that is unfamiliar? They're just coming in for the first time and they think, oh, I need some help because I have a stiff shoulder. And you're thinking, you need to mix up some elixir. You need to go through some Qigong so that you have the healing presence in you. How do you?
Well, depends. If they just come with a symptom, then, I cannot just jump in and tell them, certain thing. But the thing is, I definitely recommend them to do some practice. I will show them a few movements, and I can take time and I can explain. It depends on where they are, and I can explain to them. If they want me to quickly help them to release that pain, I can do that. I can do the energy and transfer some energy to help her, to help him with that pain. But for the maintain, and I want them to understand, be able to heal themselves, then I want them to learn more. So for instance, I have clients that, come to me with problem with his elbow, like in pain for 2-3 years. He used medicine, the shot, like every 6 months he had a shot. Everything. He tried many different things. He tried cupping, he tried everything. Nothing helped him long term. I healed him, and it's completely gone.
Wow.
A year and a half ago, he recently wrote me a thank you card again. He said a year and a half ago, and he still haven't not any experience any more pain. And he said that's something he experienced for 3 years, and sometimes he want to cut his arm off. And so that's why I said I can help heal, but also I want them to learn how to practice to heal all aspects, all areas of their life. And then and if they want to learn more, to understand more about Qigong, I do teach, basic to advanced. I also gonna certify, offer the program to certify for the practice group leader and for under Springford Qigong certification system. So I will be teaching that as well. But yeah, for people who come to me, everybody is welcome, because that's the first step. Very, very important first step. Practice Qigong basically help them to be more aware of themselves. And then the ailment, the problem is just another way help them to bring them to the awaken, help them to grow in the spiritual. So that's sometimes, we unfortunately we don't like sickness, illness, but many times it's like a way, a message to guide it, to guide it there. So obviously my back was the message or the guide. I wasn't happy with my problem, but then when I understand why I had that problem helped me to get where I am, become a Qigong teacher, become Qigong energy healer. So that's like, in a way, I know thanks my problem.
Yes, that is it's a recurrent theme. When I talk to healers, people who have, I think, grown a lot spiritually in this lifetime, very common is this learning to pay attention to pain. I always say pain is saying pay attention. It's life talking to me. Something's out of balance. Something's pulling my awareness, my attention into this, direction. And ultimately that pain is placing signposts that are pointing me toward elevated inner awareness. I love that you said, to increase awareness. And, when we are suffering in pain, it's really easy to think that is, like you said, well, you're going to just accept it. Like, this is just about, I'm just going to hurt for the rest of my life. And I've tried all these things and nothing's going to change it. And, I've tried all the Western medicine. Maybe I've even tried, acupuncture, and I've tried massage and cupping, and that's great. Those modalities are powerful, and in the right place at the right time, they will in fact heal. And yet there is something so often deeper that's driving these patterns of pain in life. And particularly pain related to depression, pain. And so much of neck pain and shoulder pain a lot of times comes from internal tension. And so it's a muscular imbalance and tension. This is what I've learned through study and experience. But to come back to the elixir and the alchemy for just a second, the magic of it is that we don't have to understand. To experience the release, we don't have to understand. So you're able to help somebody heal because you understand and can apply it to their body system. They may not understand that. They may not want to understand that. Maybe they just need to come see you every couple of years or whenever something goes wrong. But your heart and your mission and your purpose is to teach people how to heal themselves. And I think that is just phenomenal, because that is human potential. If we can heal ourselves at the individual level, then we can heal our families, we can heal our communities, we can heal the world. This is how it happens, one person at a time, going through that alchemical transformation. To anybody that questions like the elixir, for example, like, oh, come on, the golden elixir, this kind of stuff is mythical, it's story. Yes and no, it is actually reality and something that is practical in healing. If that man's arm is just one example of so many. The fact that I didn't have to amputate my foot is another. Story after story after story. Millions of people have the same story. This is real. It does work. You don't have to understand it, but it's advantageous if you do. And I love how there's healing in all the world traditions. You said your grandma was Catholic? And so in Catholic, I spent a month in India, for example, and during my time there, I spent 1 week working at Mother Teresa House, which is a Catholic, it's a monastery, right? So it's all about serving those who need the most service and healing. And so to be there with people from all around the world who have come only simply to serve, I'm not Catholic. I don't go to Catholic church. I don't subscribe to Catholic faith, but I did see an undeniable healing going on there. There is the divine presence, that God is in that place and working miracles, right? Like this is the life force energy. This is the highest human potential, to share the love and the healing energy with people. And because the world needs it, humanity needs the healing so badly. I just think that, the spiritual gift of healing is honored in all traditions, whether it's Taoism, Qi Gong, Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, you name it, you pick the path, any spiritual, somewhere along the line is this activation of gifts of a higher potential. And to me, I think that
Qi Gong is very aligned with the Taoism. Yeah. But I am not religious. Qi Gong not religious. It's just spiritual. So no religion. So my grandmother is like a monk, like a Buddhist monk. My grandmother is Catholic, but I look at them as the same. It's just spiritual being, and that's what I am. I just a spiritual being. I'm not religious. I look at everybody, with that, love is the main thing. Love is the key here. So no matter what religion is, love is one, and that's the most powerful thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I, focus and practice and cultivate. And that's all about. All the religions are all trying to get mankind into the happier enlightenment state. And so they all have that beautiful goal. So I look at it as spiritual, not religion for me. And you want to experience a little bit what Qi Gong energy, how powerful it is.
To experience Qi Gong energy right now?
Yeah, I can show you.
Yes.
Right now, right here.
Listen, yes. Share. I would love to.
Okay. So have you played a game? It's called finger grow game. Mm-mm. So we're gonna grow your finger now, okay? So that you know how powerful it is. So you look at your wrist right here, and your wrist right here, you align, you're matching the line together, and then you close your hands, and then you will see one finger a little bit shorter than the other, right? They're not completely even, right? Mm-hmm. So the one that have shorter finger, you raise up. Which one have shorter finger, you raise that one up. Now you're going to start sending the Qi. You mentioned the Qi follow the Qi. Here, you can focus on, take 3 gentle deep breath in through your nose, and then exhale, relaxing your shoulders. And then now you're going to send, as you keep breathing in and out, send the energy to your finger, help that finger to grow longer and longer. Sending the Qi there, inhale, and then exhale. Keep sending energy there. Feel your finger gets expand The joint are expanding and grow longer and longer. With a gentle smile on your face and focus on that breath and the energy. Send that energy to your fingers. Okay, 1 or 2 more breaths in and out. Feel your finger grow longer. All right, now you can bring them back and compare and see how long does that finger grow. Whoa. Does it grow? Does it grow a lot?
Now it looks not too short.
Yeah, so people really enjoying it and seeing that, because our energy is follow our thought too. So when we think about positive things will happen, right? So in Qigong, we try to, help people to see things higher vibration, look at things in higher vibration. And a lot of practice help us to ground and help us to set ourselves in the higher vibration and also create a Qi field that protecting us, and then also create a Qi field in anywhere that we go to.
Thank you for that. That was really interesting. I've not done that exercise. I've done quite a few Qigong exercises for in the beginning, learning how to sense Qi, how to then direct it to circulate it, going through things like the microcosmic orbit, to cultivate and to store up Qi before channeling it out and then holding. And that is something that I would encourage any and every listener, if you haven't played with your own energy or your own subtle body energy, then you are missing out, because it's not only is it magical, but it's fun. And not only is it fun, but it's functional, because when you learn how to circulate your Qi, how to channel your Qi, how to move it, this is how we unlock healing potential. And ultimately, we don't have to understand it. Ultimately, we have to trust and get the head out of the way, because the heart, the soul knows how to heal, as Jasmine said, as you were saying. But that's such a neat experience. I wish for every person to have that. So my question for you right now would be, Jasmine, what if somebody was just like, wow, I really love this idea of Qigong, of healing, of unleashing that healer within me. I love Jasmine's energy, the light in her smile. How can I connect with her? Where's the best place? How's best for someone to connect with you?
Sure. They can connect me to my website, my email, and my Facebook group. My website is activateqigonghealing.com.
Awesome.
My Facebook group is Central Florida Qigong Healing. And my email is jasmine.win, WIN, @yahoo.com.
Awesome.
And so I also have the course that I put together online on Udemy platform. So if you interested to learn about Qigong, you can find me and get that course. It's a basic foundation and also 9 wonderful Qigong movements filmed in nature by the waterfall. So if you love nature and if you love Qigong or want to learn about Qigong, that's a great place to start. Awesome.
Well, I'll make sure to put the links in the description for this podcast for sure. Something that I've noticed, you have such a playful demeanor, and in your Qigong classes, I think the first time I had connected with you, you were teaching in I think it was a Global Healing Summit, and you were teaching Qigong class there, and I participated with my daughter, and she loved it. I loved it, but it was very just playful, and it's not a structured, stern meditation like, okay, now, because sometimes I think about like the old Tai Chi masters, like, no, psha, like you got to be just like this, and I love the lightheartedness that you bring to the practice.
So I'm so glad you pointed out. Thank you. Because I ancient practice, right? Qigong ancient practice over 7,000 years. Yes, people think about something like very, very weird or strange, but no, I thought that I make it like, I can say that I'm a modern day Qigong instructor. So I bring the ancient practice, all the wisdom that pack into that, but I make it fun and I make it doable, and it's very simple. And then having fun, that's the key. So Qigong is very fun. So should I want to make people realize how fun Qigong is. And in my class, people giggling and laughing. And that's amazing. And that's what that's what we love about. It's having fun. But and healing, it happens when you're having fun and when you're at the present moment. If you are thinking somewhere else, the healing intelligence can't do the work. Like, oh, it's not present. So
yeah, they say that healing.
Anybody can practice Qigong even though they have problem with physical problem. They can sitting, standing, or laying down. Yeah, anybody can practice, and because a lot of visualization, right? So one more thing before we're running out of time. So when I'm thinking about Qigong and I'm thinking about different ways, a lot of it like in Hawaiian dance. In Hawaiian, and a lot of hukalau thing. I feel like a lot of it somehow, somewhere that have a little bit Qigong in there, because a lot of visualization, a lot of here and now moment present, and a lot of arm holding up like this. Yeah. So I thought, wow, that's interesting. So I'm gonna make Qigong a lot more fun.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Laughter is good medicine, lightheartedness. It helps relax. And I think that helps facilitate the flow of energy, the flow of Qi. If we're so rigid and trying to focus, it's like trying to learn in dancing. If you're trying to learn and do it just right, it causes restriction. It causes, it slows down the flow of energy. And so we don't experience it as much. So I just, for anybody and everybody, I would say shed the doubt and try it out. That's you have to experience it for yourself to really know. And when you do, I would wonder for many people if the experience of Qigong is not like what you experienced. It was a coming home. It's a coming home to what is the most natural expression of your own inner wisdom. Right. And I say that as a certified yoga teacher, experienced yoga teacher, continuing education provider. I've taught thousands and thousands of hours of yoga. There was a period of time where I was teaching 35 yoga classes a week. So, I love yoga, and yoga is a powerful, powerful tool. But I would say Qigong is a sister discipline. It is the same. It is the same wisdom coming out in different ways. But Qigong is so magical. It is so powerful. It is so wonderful of a gift to be sharing with the world. I am just, I'm super grateful, Jasmine, that you were able to be here today, that you were able to share, because that's, I think, so much what the world needs is healing. So much what the world needs is lightheartedness, to elevate and to be present in the moment. And so thank you for being present.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like everybody can find something that they resonate with. Okay. Mm-hmm. So anything that help them, to bring them home, to bring them back to their authenticity, mm-hmm. that they're true to them. For me, Qigong does. And hopefully many of you find Qigong that way too, but no matter what way, but it keep asking and keep finding. And if you don't find anything, definitely come to Qigong. I will help you. And then let you explore. It doesn't hurt to explore, but Qigong is fun and very deep and very profound. It's packed with 1,000 years of wisdom, and then we are benefit from it.
Yeah. To stay open and to stay curious, to stay humble and to grow. I think that is the heart of every person that's on the spiritual path. So, Jasmine, thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for the conversation. It's been awesome. Thank you for joining me on the Soul Path podcast. And I hope that you truly have a very terrific Tuesday. And I'll look forward to continuing to connect with you in the future as well. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great pleasure. You are wonderful. And thank you for doing this and sharing your wisdom and help many people to inspire many people. And so thank you so much.
Thank you, man.